What's up everyone, it's Dexion the Gamer and I'm back with the new release that just came out this week in the demo. This is Neo 3 and this game is built off of the Katana engine. It does not feature any hardware accelerated ray tracing, but it does feature a pretty heavy global illumination option. And so what we're going to be doing is going over what we're going to look at on the RTX 5090 coupled with the Ryzen 7 9800X3D and 32 gigs of DDR5 6000 RAM. So we're going to go over frame rates, multi-frame generation, DLSS, and also get the full stats on how this card handles it under a undervolt. And without further ado, let's get to the settings. Alright, so we're going to start off here, and we are going to be using display mode borderless. VSync is going to be off and we are at 4K resolution. And now for the frame rate here, how this game works is it's going to lock your frame rate, and whatever resolution setting you're going to use, such as DLSS, or if you're playing with other upscalers like FSR, XeSS, it's going to lock your frame rate at either 120, or if you're using, actually I think this is using Framegen, so let me just disable that for a moment. Yeah, so it's going to use, we're going to save that. So it starts off at 30, goes up to 60, then goes up to 120. So for the 5090 we're going to be doing 120 to see if we can reach it, and we're going to go with the very high preset, and we just apply the settings there. Not going to go too much into the weeds here with this one. As far as post effects, we are going to be disabling motion blur, no aberration. We're going to take that vignette off, no noise filter, none of that stuff. Color precision is going to be on high, depth of field on high, lens flare is going to be on, and we're going to leave bloom on and subsurface scattering on. Alright, and so with that said, I am going to just go over advanced settings real quick. It doesn't put everything up to the highest when you choose the very high preset, so we're going to take model texture quality and put that all the way up to ultra, and we are going to be using anisotropic filtering at 16. And then going into page 2, we are going to be putting terrain at the ultra quality, and we are going to put the frame rate for cutscenes at 60 frames a second, and we're going to be using ultra global illumination. Alright, so that pretty much maxes everything out that can be maxed. And we're going to start off checking out what the frame rate is giving us here, so I'll get back to you in a moment. I'm going to take our frame generation and just keep it in the back pocket. All right.
Any weapon will serve you in battles so long as you master it. First, focus on choosing something that you feel comfortable with.
Enough.
Oh, so that's the weapon you've chosen?
Then I'll choose this one.
All right then. Let us begin the bout. Bow to each other. The more you'll start to sense your
Alright, so
skills sharpening.
DLSS Quality is going to put it at 120 frames per second. And the frame time is really good here. No frame dips or anything else.
Once your skills have fully sharpened, you can unleash all your strengths with martial arts. Excellent. Hone your skills in battle, unleash martial arts, and then follow attacks with key pulses. These are the basics for a samurai.
Now, so we are at 2x frame generation now. We're getting at about 219, 220 frames per second. GPU wattage is about 390 watts. Still, trying to keep it below 400, which is great. Not really touching it too much. Latency jumped up by about 8 milliseconds to put frame generation on because it is holding back a frame in the render queue. But 19 milliseconds at 4K max quality visuals, that's pretty good. So I can't complain.
You must remain vigilant. The castle is infested with yokai. Lord Nakachio, Lord Kinematsu, I will do whatever it takes to defend you both. They're relentless. Remain calm and focus on the enemy's movements. No time for recklessness. Now, Lord Dekachio, use your strength. Finish the fiend.
It harbors extraordinary power.
Alright, now we're taking it up to 4x frame generation, and latency didn't really move much at all. So that's pretty interesting. Just checking to see if I can see any kind of weird artifacts. Like usually when I spin the character around, Nothing is jumping out at me right now. So we're still under 400 watts. And, you know, I'll take that all day.
It's been years since my last real battle, but somehow I got out of there alive. But new yokai will appear soon. You too. Leave here at once. Some say my father Sekishusai split a massive rock that a Tengu had transformed into. Now it's my turn! There's a well up ahead, just past the inner gate. From there, you can escape underground. It is my duty to protect you from the yokai. Fret not. I'll be along as soon as I'm done.
I see. My thanks, Munenori. Takechio, let's continue.
Lord Takechiyo, I pray for your safety. I have no doubt that you will be an exceptional shogun.
Munenori. He forced himself this far in spite of his injuries. I won't let his efforts be in vain. We will survive this.
The yokai have already made it this far. The castle doesn't stand a chance.
I thought we'd finally created a peaceful world. Was it nothing more than a fleeting dream?
And let's see the unharmed.
Even us ninja have been pushed to the very brink. No one can tell what the future will hold for us. Let's go over some of the ninja techniques I shared. Yeah. Now you certainly look the part of a ninja. Doesn't look like you have a weapon fit for a ninja, though. Guess there's no way around it. Get a weapon from one of my fallen men around here. Let me know once you've found one. Is that the weapon you'd like?
Enemy! Get ready!
Yokai, use a ninja's swift movements to confuse your opponent.
Then strike!
And on this last clip here, this is what it looks like if you use your own frame rate cap, which I have mine at 152. Using G+Vsync and 2x Framegen, I'm getting under 350 watts. So, you know, that's really good to see. And this is really something I would like everyone to see that is kind of nervous about the 5090, because I know a lot of channels, they show just straight up benchmarks of what the 5090 can do. They don't really put any kind of efficiency settings on the card. So yeah, you're looking at, you know, the same power consumption as a 5080 with twice the performance here. So you can really get a lot out of this thing for not too much power consumption. And how to get to your own frame rate cap, you just have to go to settings. I'm just gonna hide that for a second. Oh no, I don't want to do that. You go to your visuals. You're going to go to set your frame rate cap at 120, which would be over here. And this is with 240 with frame generation 2x active. Go to resolution advanced settings, and you're going to set your dynamic resolution. This is the frame rate that you're going to set. So I have mine set at 150. If I put it a little bit higher, it's not going to go past 150 because I have VSync on. So anyways, that's how you set that. And then I have the resolution between 65 and 70, so that's the DLSS Quality Framegen 2x. And you know, I am really impressed by the latency that this game has. It's only about 20 milliseconds, and it was actually even a little bit better with 4 times frame gen when I had the frame rate at in the 300s. So and I'm guessing because this game doesn't use any ray tracing, it's just rasterization, and that's probably why you have such good latency. Once you start using the ray tracing cores and, you know, path tracing, the latency really suffers. But this game, everything is just super snappy. No artifacts at all from frame generation, so I have no complaints about frame gen in this game. Lately it's been looking a lot better, and hopefully it continues to improve. Anyways, with that said, if you got something out of this video, please consider liking and subscribing. I will be uploading more and doing some more showcases. Without further ado, wish all you guys well, and peace. See y'all in the next one.